Hey guys, and today I'm gonna show you a new sequencer from GV and it's called NoteSeqFu. It comes from FUGUE machine idea from famous iOS sequencer. The concept is you have 4 tracks on the same notes and they can be played in different length, different division and so on. So I described this idea in my previous video you can find on my channel or the link below about FUGUE machine technique, but now we have a finally prepared dedicated sequencer for that and I will show you how it works. So here we got 4 tracks which each has on-off switch. And it's pretty nice to control the whole of this thing. You can set different desirable length, and I've already got connected those pellets here. And if we're gonna put some note, it should actually start working. Let's decrease a division. Let's decrease an octave here. And let's decrease the length a bit. The start offset only reacts when you apply a reset. So as you can see, it's applying only on the second step of the sequencer. So let's change our oscillator. Nice, and let's add another track. I have already connected drums to end of cycle outputs, but I will describe it a bit later. So I'll also decrease the length to make a polyrhythm. Let's also change our oscillator here. Nice, and let's add another note. So the thing is, only second track is playing 2 notes and the first one is not, because it has a reduced length here. Let's try to play with the length. There is a really gam in this sequencer and semitones control. What it is exactly doing, it's not like typical semitones control which is not quantized, but at the end of this sequencer we've got a quantizer from GV as well, and your semitones will be quantized, and it's pretty awesome to separate, for example, a first note from one track to the another one, and this is really cool. Also, we can change a play mode as well. Yeah, I really like that. Let's continue with third track. Play with length as well, and let's improve our oscillator to find the proper definition of it. Let's decrease division here, make it a bit longer. Nice. Let's also decrease an octave to make also set a pink mode. This is pretty cool. Let's apply some unison, make it more white. Let's continue with 4-track as well. You can also experiment with additional notes. But the thing I like in Fugue machine sequencer, you can get more audible notes with actually adding a less notes here, just because you have 4-track playing simultaneously. Thing is finding a right place for the note here. You can also try to change the BPM to make it more audibly nice. Let's prepare our oscillator. Percussion-like. Too much attack here. Let's decrease division or increase. As you can see, the whole thing is a bit changing now. And this is another thing I like about Fugue machine sequencer, because one little change affects a whole big picture. And yeah, at the left side you have an additional controls like a quantizer, reset the clear buttons, as well as random mode choose with a choosable amount of random. You've got also a flip or rotate it. It's out of our range, our chosen range here. But flip vertically is a pretty nice thing. Do some slow clock here, and I will choose a 16th note. And it's nice sequence progression, I think. Let's also try flip horizontally, but it's still out of our range. You can also try a shift together with a flip. Actually, I see it nice opportunity to continue a chord progression. So let's add some trigger here. Maybe an obvious one like 10, and up as a 16th division here. Also strange repeats control. I think it collects all of the triggers and sends it to the gates as well. It's it can be modulated with CV micro, I think. Nice, let's apply our end of cycle output. I already set some drums here. Nice, and another kind of thing we have to try, I think not the palette but Terraform, to apply some chord with ability to control and attack in this synth voice. Let's decrease our attack control. Maybe ignore gate input as well. No, we should apply it. Otherwise we couldn't get this attack happen. Oh, it's actually really nice. Let's solo them. It's really fluctuating right now. Let's come back with our initial sequencer. Here's also live control, which in default state it's actually a remove note you have, but if you start to drive in something like this, it can actually morph a note and apply some random state. The speed control, you can increase the value and get something like that. But I prefer some minimalistic type of sequencing. And I actually would prefer using an 8-phase instead of this feature. But it's just me, just my approach to this. Let's leave the chords only. I think you can get also an interesting thing to map some of the already set division control, for example, and increase it by using some macro controls like knob from volt, and has some CV micro X4. With different set of scaling. Let's just try this out. Maybe you don't like this idea, but I should try. Let's turn the sequences on and disable the drums. Let's also reset the repeats control. So I think it's nice for live performance, and overall I think this module is one of the best things for live performance you can find in VCV Rec library. Really nice. You can do it with length controls as well. Let's just try this out. You can see that. This is pretty much looks like a hack. But it's pretty musical still. The chords are still pretty musical. And what about drums? Really like early IDM vibe. Could also decrease amount of triggering snare by using, for example, R gate. Can do a really nice thing with semitone knob as well. Let's try the same hack. Yes, there is no free room for adding CV controls, I believe. This module is pretty big, but yeah, hacks is still a hacks. And let's try this out. Let's increase our scale a bit. This thing also has a drum mode in case you want to manipulate your drums, and it looks like a Euclidean sequencer on steroids. And yeah, that was a NoteSeqFu. I not believe its module would be in the library when I will upload this video, so I will put a link on my builds for Mac and PC under description. And so you can get this patch and 2 other patches with NoteSeqFu on my Patreon. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time.